like, I don't mean to sound corny, but it's just you catch a vibe and then that's it.
That's it. That's really it. That's really it. And just try to just stay at that point, man. And
it's all about feeling for me. Like everything's about feeling.
When I say the power of the one, that is the one. That feeling right
the
there.
One. The feeling. Yes, sir. That was a great way to end the question.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Omar Paulo, and this is Friends Like These for Enemy.
The name is Bootsy, baby. And it's Friends Like These for Enemy.
I DM'd him, but I don't know if he runs his Instagram account or what, but I remember I DM'd you like a heart or something. And then you DM one back, and then I was like, let's go. I was like, let's go. And then that's when I really wanted to reach out. And I think I made Stayback like the day before I DM'd you, because I was just in that mode.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
So then that's how that happened. And then we just reached out, and then that's when like Bootsy sent it back like a week later, and I was just freaking out. I was freaking out. I like ran around my house like with all the homies and like was like listen, and everyone was just freaking out. It was so dope.
Man, well, I was really digging it, man, because you just hit the vibe. You hit dead on with the vibe, man. It was like, wow, I didn't even have to think about it at all. It was like, oh man, yeah. Omar.
Yeah.
What was the meaning behind the song that Stayback?
Well, it was some old shit. It was some old like kind of like when basically you kind of had a history with somebody, right? And then you see them with someone else and they're still trying to fuck with you on some friend shit, and it's like, nah, like stay the fuck back. I don't need that. Like I don't want to see you with somebody else. Like get away from me. Stop talking to me. Don't text me. Like I just don't want to see it. You know what I mean? So that's where the inspiration came from.
Yeah, that's cool. That's where I kind of felt it coming from. Coming in that direction. It's like, I've had enough. I've had enough of your BS. It's like it's time to get real. I'm moving on. So you can just stay on back.
Yes. Exactly.
Sometimes it wears you out. It drains you.
It drained.
Yeah, and it starts to mess with your creative energies and everything. And it's like,
definitely.
But the good thing is you have to learn how to take all of that stuff and make it into a positive thing where even if while you're doing it, you don't know it's positive, but in reality it is because it's happening to somebody else as well. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like, if you get the opportunity to put that out there, then I say take it.
Bootsy, tell me about your new album, man, The Power of the One.
Man, wow, I haven't been really this excited, in a long time, And I mean, especially with the conditions of the way things are, you can, kind of on lockdown, and so the album, doing the album, and this thing kind of popped in. It's like, at first it kind of threw me for a loop because it was like, okay, well, how do I finish this? Because I was like about halfway done before COVID hit, and when COVID hit, it was like, man, how, because I'm used to, doing stuff with people, actually in the studio, and, so it's kind of like old school, but I have learned how to, do things over the internet, thankfully, for the last 3 or 4 years, about the last three years, kind of get used to it. The way you always do things, you have to kind of be careful of that because
you gotta be uncomfortable. Nothing gets in your comfort zone.
That's why I think I feel really good about this album because I put my all in it, and everybody that joined in, it was like they really, you could really feel them. You can feel the people, you can feel the vibe, and it's a good vibe, man. I mean,
Yes, sir. I already listened to it. It's so good.
yeah. So I'm really happy about it, man. Then I got a chance to work with people I kind of grew up on, like George Benson,
Yes.
Christian McBride, Branford,
Ellis Hall's on that.
Yeah, Ellis Hall. Oh man, that cat is incredible.
His voice is
Oh,
insane. That video you
yeah.
posted of him singing was
Oh
like
yeah.
that was like amazing. I watched it like 5 times. I was at the airport.
Oh man. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, he's incredible, man. I went over to his house and he set up in his in his little studio, and he played everything. He played, guitar, drums. I mean, he just went through everything, the keyboards, of course, but he just went through everything. And then the singing, man, I was like, oh man, this cat, we got to do this on the album, and sure enough, we did about 3 songs on the album.
Yeah.
And just fit, man. It was a beautiful mixture of young talent. This young guitarist, Brandon Taz. He's like 16 years old, man, and he's like a phenom already.
Yeah.
I mean, he got that road following. And so his recording thing, people don't know about him so much, but they're gonna know about him. Him and this guy, Kristen Kingfish. He's another young guitarist, man. That's like pushing the envelope,
Kingfish?
Yeah. And it just, the power of the one. It seems like it's about that time, man. We all got to go in one direction to make things happen. So Omar, tell me about your forthcoming album that's getting ready to slam dunk on the world. What's up with that, man?
Oh man, well, it kind of turned more into like it's not so much like a full length album the way that I wanted to do it because of COVID. Like I didn't want to put out a full length and then not be able to tour afterwards. So I think I'm putting out like 2 like projects, and then together I guess it would make an album. But yeah. So I mean, I got like the whole, like I got it written down on the board and stuff, like every single list. Yeah, so the list. So I mean, it started. I guess the oldest song on there, I wrote it on tour. I wrote it in like Australia in a hotel room.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I recorded everything. I kept the same vocals I recorded in the hotel room, like everything. It started there. That was like the start of it, and it ended up being the last song, like the outro to the album.
Man, that's so cool.
Yeah,
that is so cool.
Pretty much every single song I made during this quarantine. Yeah, every single song. So it's all new shit. Like it's new shit.
Oh man.
Yeah. So it's 9 songs. 8 of them I made during quarantine. 1 of them I made like a month before in Australia.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
So it was all during this time. And I got some so there's this Mexican style of music called corridos that I kind of grew up on. Yeah, so I tapped into that. I tapped into some funk shit. I tapped into my R&B shit. A little bit of rap shit. Some singy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's cool, man.
Yeah, so all that. So it's just, I'm so excited. Like, I'm beyond excited. Like, the fact that Stayback and Kamikaze are out to the world is just like, it just like means, it just like, that's how I want to be viewed, is like, I produced most of the album myself. And then I worked with some people that like, I've, been wanting to work with forever. So it's like,
cool,
it's a dream. Yeah. Honestly, I like my peers, my friends, and then obviously like Bootsy, Prince, you know, all the goats, and
Yeah.
yeah, it just made me like just want to be better and like do better. And I mean, Jaco Pastorius also very like
Yeah.
inspired. Yeah, I mean Thundercat, you know.
Oh man, that guy. Woo. Yeah.
What about you, Bootsy?
Oh
What is
man.
a musician?
You know what? I think what motivates me is I've always been a live musician, and like playing like to the audiences and seeing people getting off, having a good time,
Yeah,
and
it's a good
you know,
moments. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm into just seeing people have a great time, man. It's always been a party.
Okay, when you were making Telephone Bill,
Yeah.
what was that like? Like, what was the room like? Like, how many people were in the room? Like, what was the vibe? Like, what was the energy that was going on?
Well, the band, the band was there because we
Uh-huh.
had, we just
The
did
rubber
it
band.
live. Yeah, yeah.
Man?
So we were all in the studio,
That's the
but the
coolest
whole
name for a
time,
band, by the way.
yeah. Oh man,
Coolest name for a band, rubber band. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh man. But yeah, man, that actually came from a real experience. It's like
Yeah.
going to school and trying to call this chick on the phone.
Yeah.
'Cause we didn't have it like y'all got it, Omar. We had to go to the telephone booth. We had to go to the telephone booth, man, and that was like, and then you had to find one where you could stay on it a long time, because
Yeah. So it was a telephone booth.
yeah, yeah,
You slip quarters in?
yeah, man, yeah.
That's good. That's so fun.
It was like, that's where the whole thing came from. It was like,
Yeah.
what's a telephone?
What's a telephone bill? It don't matter. Like, I need to talk to you. I need to.
Yeah. And I remember this one chick that that I was really trying to get up on, and
Yeah.
I spent a lot of days in the telephone booth, and and it was like when I got a chance to record that song,
You had it. You
like,
had the song.
yeah.
So
It was already in my head. It was already there, and it was about just getting a chance to get it out. I never thought I never knew I was gonna get a chance to record it. Those
Really?
are just like incidences that just happen. I'd rather be with you. All of those kind of songs were just in my head,
Wow.
and those were actually things that happened, and it was like, if I ever get a chance to speak up, yeah. yeah, and just like y'all have the phone everywhere you go, I had the band everywhere I went.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was a different, it's the same kind of thing, but it was just different because, we actually had to reaction going on, and everybody's vibe was, was relating to whatever I was talking about.
It's just so crazy.
It was big, man.
One of my favorite parts on that song is like at the end when the drums are going crazy and they're like phased out, like like, and I'm just like, man, like, what? Like, I'm thinking about like how many mics did he use, like.
Oh man, yeah, but man, and that all came from,
Just jamming,
like, that's actually what it was. I mean, and just on the studio while we playing, because we didn't really have a pre-plan.
Where
we recorded it in we call it the P Funk Lab in Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit.
Yeah.
That's not too far from where I grew up.
Where you grew up at? Is it
Indiana,
Michigan?
Indiana. So
Oh
like
yeah,
Lake
yeah,
Lake Station, Gary, like all like right over
right,
there.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, see, you right there with Ohio, Indiana,
yeah.
Michigan, all of that. All that vibe right there, man. It's like,
It's a
you
vibe,
know,
man. It's a vibe.
yeah, it's in the
It's
water.
it's in the water for sure.
Yeah, somebody peed in the water, man.
Somebody cheated. That's
Yeah, but
me.
that was good vibes, man. And you going through that now,
Yeah,
that kind of experience, and it's a good thing, man. Hold on to that because, like
yeah.
I said, you don't never want to really know what you're doing. You just want to do it. You
Exactly.
know,
I don't know what I'm gonna make tomorrow or the next day. You know what I'm saying? I don't
that's
have no
good.
plan. It's just like
Yeah,
you do it, and then it happens, and then you go
yeah,
on with your day, and you live your
yeah,
life, and it happens again, and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just it's
That's
just
the
part
that's
of
the
you.
beauty of it. That's the
Yeah,
beauty of it.
it's a part of you. Like,
It's not knowing.
I don't know. I feel like I'm at the point in my life where I'm just like learning so much, but at the same time, I like know nothing like about anything. So it's like there's so
Yeah,
much inspiration to go off of because I'm not like stuck on something like, oh, I have to make something like this. It's like I don't mean to sound corny, but it's just you catch a vibe and then that's it.
that's it. That's really
Yeah,
it. That's really it. And just try to stay at that point, man. And
yeah, it's all about feeling for me. Like everything's about
when I
feeling.
say the power of the one, that is the one. That
Yeah, that's
feeling right
the
there.
one. The
That's
feeling.
the one.
Yes, sir. That was a great
That's
way to
the
end the
one.
question.
Yeah. Omar, wanted to ask you, what is one of your favorite songs that you've written? It could be, past song or new song. What really makes you feel the power of the one? Which one just grabs you and just, which one of your songs is that for you?
So, it's definitely the song I put out yesterday. The way that I
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah,
That,
kamikaze plug myself.
yeah.
You know what I mean? but
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Well, I can see the fans is really already, like loving it.
I think that song I've never really like story told in a song before, and that song was kind of about like a road trip I took when I was like 18, turning 19.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it was like I was in this like I really didn't know who I was yet. Like I didn't know myself, like who Omar really was. So like I started figuring that out and it started scaring me. So I went on
wow.
this road trip
Okay.
and I was driving alone for like 19 hours and like I mentioned it in the song like driving through Georgia and like by myself like trying to go to this like my family never goes on vacation but we were able like for like that one like a couple of days with my sister
Oh,
with her husband got like this house in Florida so we were driving
yeah,
and like so we were I don't know it was just like perfect we could go hang out and I was like kind of like losing it on this road trip and I like turned 19 on this road
wow.
trip yeah so it was like it was just a whole crazy energy I mean that song is really inspired by like Frank Ocean and like with Novocaine so it's like kind of like the
Yeah,
groove
yeah,
it's kind of the same groove and
right.
I think he's one of the best like writers of like our generation so I was just inspired to like trying to like write some real shit.
Yeah,
I was kind of just write about unrequited love or whatever or like I miss you or I need you or just
yeah,
longing
yeah.
and this is like more like fuck you I know who I am you know what I mean like you can you know what I mean
Right, right,
yeah,
right.
so yeah that's that
That is so cool, man. When you can get real with it with these songs,
yeah
because like I say, other people out there, they gonna feel that too, and you give them inspiration to be able to bring that out, you know,
yeah
because everybody got that little fear about okay, I wonder if I should say this, or I wonder if, and then I was just thinking like, how was your family taking it?
I went to school for like 2 weeks and in Indiana, in Gary. That's where I went to school. And
Okay.
and I dropped out within like 2 weeks. And then that's when I was like, fuck, like I wanna sing, I wanna make music. And then that's when like, you know, they weren't cool with it. My whole family wasn't cool with it. My friends were like, bruh, like you should go to school, like you fucking up, like all this shit. Cause from the Midwest, it's like, you know, that shit don't exist. People would literally tell me to my face they're not fucking with it. Like, yes. And I was just like, man, I don't care. I love this shit. Like, I would do it if I made no money. If I was playing in a bar by myself for the rest of my life, I would still be doing it because I love it, you know?
I think the one song that really came out to me, well, it's actually two songs. So, you know, like on the first album, Stretching Out, you know, that title song was like a whole trip for me because I went over to Africa with James Brown, and in 1971, and I met Fela Kuti and, you know, all these great musicians over there, you know, and they thought we was so bad, you know, and it was like, man, you cats don't even know y'all are bad as yeah, man, and, you know, and so I got a chance to hang with Fela and, you know, come to his club and, you know, hang out with the band and all of this stuff, man. And I kept all of that in my mind when I was doing the record. Cause, you know, we didn't have recorders, you know, like you could tape stuff down and remember what so-and-so did. I had to remember it, you know, like remember it in my head, you know, it's like, you know, and I knew it wasn't exact, but it was good enough for me to relate what I wanted to say into what I had picked up over there. You know, it's kind of like what you were saying about the writer, the guy that you was talking about, you know, it's like Fela and them kind of laid out that groundwork for me, you know, and then when I did Stretching Out, it became a whole another thing. You know? But it was that story about stretching out. I mean, you know, and then that one and I'd Rather Be With You, that which is on both of them was on the same album. Those are the two songs I think that developed me to a point to where I felt like it ain't no turning back.
We gotta hang out one day in real life.
Oh yeah. I mean, soon as they stop playing with us with this vaccine, is you know, lockdown, you know, oh man, these cats, you know, they don't know what to come up with next, you know. It's like, man, let us out, man. We've been in the cave too long, you know.
Thank you so much, Bootsy. Hey, thank you, man. It's such a pleasure talking to you. I know you gotta go, but thank you so much. It's a pleasure talking to you, man.
Hey, we'll hook back up, okay?